What's up, guys? On my second video, I had done a lot of modifications all at once when I had just recently purchased the bike. And I said I was done, but me being me, of course, over time I've slowly added little things over time. And I've done that again here recently. I've added some handlebars. I took the DB killer out of the muffler. And it's got me thinking that there is a point at which, adding modifications doesn't necessarily add all good things. And so that's what we're going to talk about. Let's get on the bike and do that.
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Going too far with modifications. I'm experiencing this right now in regards to my handlebars. These are brand new handlebars that I got. They're the Rizoma Retro, I believe, and they're cool. They give me more space. So I got these initially because my mirrors were so ineffective and useless. And shout outs to Don Z, the salary man. He's a guy in the Philippines with this exact same bike, and he posts some really good-looking food. He turned me on to these bars, and he says he has the same mirrors, and they work pretty well. And they definitely work way better than they did before with these handlebars. So I got to give it to him. However, so I got what I wanted, right? I can see better out of my mirrors. Awesome. But now the bike feels more like I have clip-ons, which, my 636, my R1 had a very similar feel to how I have it now. Not quite as bad, but, pretty leaned over. Now, I think it looks really cool, okay? I gotta admit that. I think it feels really cool to just be hunched over. If I pull up to like a business with windows in the front and I look over at myself and I'm like in that race position, 10 out of 10 love myself, like would jerk it, you know what I'm saying? Have I done that to GoPro footage? We're not going to talk about that right now. But the only thing is it does introduce that lean. The reason, I'm 34. I'm by no means old, but I did a lot of skating when I was young. And when you fall skating, if you're good at it, you roll. But when you can't roll out, you're using your wrists. So I have ruined my wrists. My back was never a problem until very recently. Anyway, these are just the facts of aging. And this aging means it's harder on my wrists and back and knees and everything when I'm in this position. So though I got some cool things, I've also introduced, a reason to have more back pain, which since I've got these handlebars, I have had back pain pretty much nonstop. I'm not going to just outright quit. So even though I got some good, it comes with some bad. And if that bad is something you can deal with, no big deal. It's worth it, right? But in my case, back pain, wrist pain is another thing I'm feeling because I'm also, leaned over. I do have the tank pads, the tank grips. And what you're supposed to do is grip your tank really tightly and hold yourself up with your back. But I'm having back pain. So it's like a constant struggle. Even doing things right sucks right now. But I'm going to give it 2 weeks to a month and reevaluate. It's possible I just haven't been using these certain muscles, and over time I'll get them back and we'll be all good. So I'm going to give it a month. But this is an aspect where, I've come to a point with the bike where I'm adding modifications that are not all positive, that are starting to add negatives. And at a certain point, you can add modifications which make it worse for your riding experience. And if your experience is worse and you're riding less, that's a wasteful modification. First of all, a waste of money, but why would you introduce something that's going to overall lessen the amount of time you're riding, right? We want to maximize time riding. We don't want to lessen it.
Guys, I got to level with you. He's in his mid-30s. He's in my house eating all my food. Could you please subscribe to his channel so he can get his own damn house?
Another personal modification that I've introduced which adds negatives is, the exhaust. I got a catless exhaust. It's loud, whatever. I've enjoyed it since the day I got it. I love the looks. And it was really good. And out the box, I had the DB killer in it. Well, you have the DB killer for a while, and that's fun and cool, but it's always going to come to a day where it's like, yeah, let's take that motherfucker out. Let's see what it can do without the DB killer. And so I've done that. And super loud when I start it in the mornings, but I don't have like an HOA or anything, so who cares? But more loud sound is not necessarily good for you. When I'm going to twisties and like I dedicate time to go fast and have fun, I do wear hearing protection, but I don't always wear hearing protection. I'm not wearing it right now. And so overall, this can just be detrimental. I actually have a significant amount more hearing loss in my right ear. And that's what I attribute it to. Having a straight piped R1, you know, where the exhaust came out the right side and it was just beating up my ear for years. As well as playing drums where the China cymbal's right here and I'm just cash, 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 just killing my ears. All of these things together, you know, can hurt your, you know, can cause hearing loss. So that's a detrimental effect to keep in mind. I'm 34 and I often find myself, huh? What? They've made the joke, ha ha ha, they're moving on and I have no idea what anybody's talking about. So anyway, you know, things like that. I mean, in general, whenever we make modifications, what limits us is money, right? Out the box. It's like, you know, I only have this much amount of money set aside to even make modifications. So you want to get the bang for your buck. But over time, you know, it turns out we have a little bit of money each month and we, you know, gradually continue to modify the things. And it's just important to understand that there is a point at which where you are adding modifications and not adding any real value to your riding experience. And sometimes you can add mods which make your riding experience overall worse or introduce problems that make you ride less. And so it's just important to look out for those things, you know, outside of the money concerns, you know, the emissions concerns in some countries, the attention. I've been pulled over twice. Since I did the DB killer delete, I've been pulled over twice. He's like, yeah, I was following you from far back. I knew you were going to get on it, and I heard it as soon as you did. Like, there was people speeding, you know, going all over the place. Altum was trying to kill the world, but he came after me because I had the loud exhaust, right? So it's like you make yourself a target. And so just important to think about when making modification decisions, you know, all of these things. Is it worth it to sound a little cooler to you, to maybe get attention from cops, to maybe, you know, lose your hearing slowly over time, to be more annoying to your neighbors? You know what I'm saying? So just all things to consider when making modifications, to make the decision holistically and make the right decision for you overall. I'm going to give it a month. Even if you hate a modification, I say if you've paid for it already, you might as well give it 2 weeks to a month to fully decide, like, do you like it or not? And then, you know, do what you got to do. I don't think I can get my money back, but, you know, it's something, even if I took these bars off, I wouldn't throw them away. You know, if I ever did a track day or some, you know, month where I know I'm going to ride more, I'd throw these on. It's just, it's not as comfortable every day. And, you know, as long as I keep riding the same amount, I'll deal with the discomfort. But if it becomes a reason that I can't ride as much, I'm definitely going to change these out. So anyway, guys, that's the video. I really appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Later, y'all.
What modifications are you guys planning for your bikes? Have you made any modifications in the past which you regret, or which taught you what you truly value in your bike? Comments really help the channel, and I honestly just like hearing from you guys. So reach out, let's talk about it.
I love this tree, and they've recently they're redoing so many roads in our town, and it feels so good. It's like, it's getting to the point where our town might still be livable in like 20 years. That's crazy to even imagine.